Let's get to our topic today of goals. You know, goals, as you say, give you life direction and a sense of meaning and give you a framework for making decisions, but it's important that your goal is something that you really, really want. Okay, so how do you go about getting to that goal?
Clarifying what you really, really want. I've seen a lot of people who set goals, actually are goals to live up to the expectation of other people and not for themselves. And that creates inner conflict. So you want to make sure that it's something you really, really, really want. A real goal, a good goal, I would say, is something that scares you and excites you at the same time, because that's the time that we can expand our personal boundaries, physically, emotionally, spiritually, mentally. And if you expand your personal boundaries, you have a bigger space to play in. You create more opportunities, and that means more self-confidence, better self-esteem.
What do you mean by scare you? You challenge you?
You know, when you think about something all the time, and it's exhilarating at one level, but also scary at the other level, because sometimes that means that we have to give something up, and that's sometimes scary, whether it's a relationship or a habit or a belief system.
But if you don't do it, that means you really don't want it?
Well, there are different reasons. It's not as simple as it sounds.
Right.
Sometimes we are dealing with limiting beliefs. I mean, you want to believe it's possible for you to achieve what you want. You want to believe you deserve it. And you want to know that you have what it takes to get the outcome that you deserve.
Do you find that a lot with different clients, that people think they don't deserve something good?
Yeah, and that's really, it's seated very, very deep, and it doesn't come out in just a normal conversation.
Right. So, what are some of the specific things that we should do to reach our goals?
The first thing is to use positive language when we set goals. Be very specific. I like to think of the mind as a goal-seeking organism, just like Google, the search engine. If you type in the right keywords, you get good results. You type in the wrong keywords, you get wrong results. The same is for the mind. So you want to be specific in what you want, and the more specific you are, the better you can measure your progress towards your goal.
And then you have to be proactive and consider the consequences, meaning that if you reach your goal, there might be a consequence that you'll have to deal with that you maybe didn't anticipate.
Sometimes we forget that we're part of a system. You're part of a family system, a relationship, a community, an organization. Whatever you do, whatever you think has an impact on the system. And like in nature, with ecology of nature, you want to make sure there is balance. And the proactive, I think the good goals are goals that you can initiate yourself and control. Sometimes if you say, well, I want my husband to understand me better, that's not a good goal to have, because there's nothing you can do about that. You cannot control their behavior, right?
Oh, okay. Do you think, Dieter?
Newsflash.
Yeah. Well, that's what I've been doing wrong. No. Do you think when you set a goal, do you think it's good to share that with people around you, or do you think it's better to keep it to yourself?
There are different opinions. I think if you share with few people, the people that will support you, I think that's positive.
Because there are people that will sabotage you.
And especially the people who are closest to you, because they want to keep you just the way you are.
Really?
Don't take any chances, yes. A lot of people who want to lose weight, a lot of the family members, they don't always, welcome that, because that means that they have to change too. Because if you change, they will change somehow.
So that's why they bring the donuts.
The donuts, yeah. Where are the donuts?
To make sure that you gain weight or you stay the same, right?
Yeah.
That's very interesting. All right, so, and finally, if you fail to plan, then you plan to fail, right?
Yeah. Jim Rohn used to say that if you don't plan your life, don't be surprised that somebody else will plan it for you. And guess what they have planned for you? Not very much. So it comes down to taking ownership of your own life, setting your own goals, and be resourceful, because you can't do it on your own. You need some help, and that's why life coaching is such a needed resource, especially today in the down economy, and people are struggling with careers.
I think it's interesting that there's life coaching that's going on in the U.S., but it's very, very common in Europe.
It's very prevalent in Europe. It's a way of moving forward. And personal development, I mean, it's a very important. The self-help industry is gigantic, right? Even in this country.
All right. Well, great. Dieter Pauwels, we'll see you next Friday. Same time, same place.
Wonderful.
Thank you. And you can ask Dieter a question and learn more about life coaching by going onto our website at kplar11.com. And there's also a link to Dieter's website.